Hello HUD House Hunters, it's Donnie Corum with Colorado Springs ForeclosureDeals.com. Today we're bringing you a property at 4307 Vehr Drive, which is basically located Pikes Peak and Academy in the southeast part of Colorado Springs. Now what's interesting about this property, guys, this was previously flipped, meaning you have an opportunity to buy a house that was remodeled in the past. They put a new roof on it, repainted the whole thing, and then foreclosed. Unfortunately, the new buyer lost it, and now we're picking up this property for only $82,000. You know what the best part about buying a house for $82,000 is? The payment. We're talking at today's interest rates, guys, you can own this home for $415 a month at today's rates, plus taxes and insurance. $400 a month to own a house. Seriously, great deal. With that, I want you to see the Vehr property, but don't miss out on this one. This isn't going to last very long, particularly at $82,000. Come along, let's take a look. So we're inside 4307 Vehr Drive, and as we walk into the property, this is a ranch-style home, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, a 1-car garage, and roughly 920 square feet. Okay, so it's not a huge house by any means, but this beats the heck out of renting an apartment, guys. Out of the gate, you've got a nice paint job, a little worse for wear in certain parts, and maybe you just want to repaint the whole thing, but really it doesn't need it. There's just a couple of cosmetic additions you could add to this property to really bring up the value, and you're buying it so cheap that anything you add on to this is just going to add to the bottom line equity on this property. And if you don't do a thing, you're already sticking equity right out of the gate. So here we are in the living room. Pretty decent size for a 900 square foot house. Again, paint job throughout, it's already been painted. It's got newer carpeting on it. Not a big fan of the grade of carpeting, to be frank with you, but it wouldn't be much to replace all of it if you wanted to. And if you can live with it or you just don't care, it'll work fine the way it is. As you get in here, they've done a decent linoleum job here on the floor. The linoleum seems to be in pretty good shape. The cabinets are the original cabinets they've been painted over. And this just goes to show, you don't necessarily need to replace the cabinets to modernize them. Sometimes a good paint job will do the job. I personally prefer replacing them, guys, but again, if you're trying to flip this house or remodel this house on a budget, this is one way to save a lot of money, and on this house it's already been done, so you don't need to do it. This is a good sized eat-in kitchen, so right here is where you can set your dining room table and etc. You know, just a decent sized house. You do need to add the appliances with the exception of the dishwasher, which they left. But over here is where you locate the fridge, and then next to that you can set down your stove. So you'll have all your appliances from that point on. The bathroom has been carpeted as well, which if you watch the videos, you know I'm not a big fan of, but it would be nothing to just put linoleum floor down in here if you want to go ahead and change that out. You've got a nice tile surround. This is actually not in bad shape at all, so I'm not sure I would do too much with that except maybe clean it up. And then you've got, you know, a decent toilet, and these freestanding sinks to me look a little prison-like. So first thing I probably want to do is just put a vanity here. $100, $120, you get a beautiful vanity at Home Depot. It'll really make this bathroom feel a lot more homely. But again, not something you have to do, something you're going to want to do to really take advantage of the equity possibilities that are here on this property. So we're heading back into the bedroom area. On the way, we're going to stop and see the laundry room. As you can see here, they've got a furnace in here that looks relatively new. HUD took the cover off of it to inspect it. Your washer and dryer go back there, so you would tuck those in, and the water heater looks relatively recent as well, so shouldn't need anything huge on any part there. First of the secondary bedrooms is right here. Decent sized bedroom considering the size of the house. Doesn't need a lot of work. The carpeting is fine. The paint is neutral white, so we don't need to do anything there. The doors are slightly dated but have been recently painted, so if you can live with that, that's fine. Just as easily to be replaced these with bifold doors. If you'd like to do that, you certainly could. When we were coming in, I noticed that the roof had been recently replaced. It's got the new simulated shake shingle on it, so we don't need to worry about the roof. It's recent enough probably that it's fine. Obviously, when you buy the property, we'll have that inspected to confirm it, but my gut tells me that roof is good the way it is right now. Room number 2 is back this way. And as you can see, yeah, they painted this blue, so you might neutralize the paint colors if you wanted to. Beyond that, not a lot I need to change. Once this thing is painted up, it's going to look great. The carpeting is newer because the property was recently flipped. So, you know, you basically paint this thing up and you're good to go, but you've got a payment that's absolutely going to blow you away. I'm sure the majority of you are paying substantially more of that to rent a property, and here you are buying a place for $400 a month with $20,000 to $30,000 worth of equity right out of the gate. That's a good deal, guys. It really is. Back this way we have the master bedroom. I'm calling it the master because it strikes me as a little bit bigger than the other two rooms, and it has a large walk-in closet off to the side here. That's the only real differentiating factor. The rooms are all a pretty good size, again, given the square footage of the property. But if you do need a master bedroom separate, this is probably where I'd call the master bedroom. And that's it. I told you it's not a huge house, right? I mean, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1 car, 900 square feet, $82,000, guys. Seriously, that is a powerful deal in a market that will comfortably support today between 110 and 115, and who knows what it'll support a couple of years from now when this market rebounds. Let's check out the backyard, which is an excellent size and backs to a playground, and then we'll get you going on your way. Come along. So we're out back at 4307 Vehr Drive, and as you can see as we get back here, the siding, though it looks like it had a dog, jumping on it a little bit, in general it's in pretty good shape. Maybe just touch up the paint and you're good to go. As I mentioned before, I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, and probably not at this angle, but the roof is the old simulated shake style. So that looks like it was recently replaced, probably again when the property was last flipped. So that's not something you need to worry about either. Check out the size of this backyard. As you can see here, it spans pretty well back. There's a little fence damage off to the side there, but in general, you got a completely fenced-in yard, and right behind you, you got a city playground. You can see somebody's enjoying right now. So if the kids need a place to play, you've got this huge backyard, plus you can send them right across your backyard to their own private playground whenever you want. Guys, this is a stellar deal on a property that's very entry level for somebody who's buying their first home. Don't forget, you can buy this home for $100 down, and with today's rates, you can pick this property up for $415 a month plus taxes and insurance. That's a stellar deal, plus you're getting equity right outside of the gate without having to do a whole ton of work to make this place absolutely perfect. As always, the best way to find it is to get on ColoradoSpringsForeclosureDeals.com. That's www.ColoradoSpringsForeclosureDeals.com. You can register online and get instant property updates of foreclosure listings in and around Colorado Springs right as they hit the market. If you want to see this property or any of the other properties, give me a call. My number's at the bottom of the screen, 719-649-2500. This is an excellent opportunity, but at $82,000, this is very affordable, and as a result, I don't expect it to stay on the market very, very long. So call me as soon as you can if you want to check it out. This one's going to fly away, I assure you. With that, this is Donnie Corum with ColoradoSpringsForeclosureDeals.com. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We're bringing you the best deals, and we appreciate the fact that you're watching them. We'll catch you on the next one.